in the desert for the last 25 years.
Well, Carson Palmer took him to an NFC title game.
But I'm just saying, but this franchise has made a lot of mistakes, and I'm not saying that this is a mistake. All I'm saying is, Keim, the general manager, is just, I get it. He needs to save his bacon by putting all this on this kid, and you're setting the kid up for failure, for expectations. And I got to meet him down in the Super Bowl in Atlanta, and I don't know, 5'9".
He's not bigger than me.
He's definitely not. Have you seen him?
Absolutely, I was down there with you.
You're right, you were down there. And I don't know. I mean, he's a smaller guy. I have to wait to see how it translates to the NFL. I'm not there yet, Greg, until I see it.
I don't want to make this a Steve Keim thing, but he has also drafted 2 guys in the top 10 in the last 6 years. Both of them got traded within the first 2 years. So I don't know if he knows how to identify talent. Greg, I got to ask you. Kyler Murray comes out. If they don't bring in Cliff Kingsbury as their head coach, who obviously knows the system well, Lincoln Riley, the high octane
and was in love with him.
I mean, does Kyler Murray go in the top 5? Is anybody taking him that high?
Yes.
Who?
Yes. It doesn't matter who. Let's talk about where he is right now and why he is where he is right now. It's because of Cliff Kingsbury, the system that they feel like fits a Kyler Murray. It's when you talk about generational talent, we make it seem like he has to have done so much in his national or pro career, National Football League career, to just be a generational talent. We've seen Tua in college. We're looking at him as a special talent, not calling him a generational talent. Baker Mayfield and what he did in college and what it
I never heard anybody call Baker Mayfield that.
No, they didn't need to, but there was doubts. There was doubters.
That was only one season.
Against Baker Mayfield as well.
RG3 had a good year. Remember?
No, he had a really good rookie year. Will you admit that?
Happened?
Can you at least admit that?
I can admit that.
He had a great rookie year.
But anytime you swing, you know this, you play softball. You're a big baseball guy. Anytime you're up at bat, you're not going to strike out every single time you're up there. You might strike out once, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, but you're eventually going to hit the ball.
I don't strike out in softball.
And that's what Steve Keim has done.
That's not a good way to keep
He's hitting the ball right now with Kyler Murray. A home run, we'll see. That's left up to Kyler Murray and what he provides us as far as production in the National Football League. But I believe that he can be a transcendent player because of his unique skill set and his ability to not only run the ball in between the hashes and outside the hashes, but his throwing ability and his accuracy as well.
But Greg, you know this, and we see it all the time. There's always, okay, your first time, your first look, even people got to look at you, you're going to be able to do something. And then there's an adjustment, right? So Kyler Murray will have to face that adjustment like everybody does. It's even like Patrick Mahomes. You know coming in this year there's going to be an adjustment.
Of course.
Because that's what it is. And I'm just trying to say, so far, we just saw, I don't think he threw a ball past 10 yards or whatever in the first game. And we'll see how that plays out, if it's just quick little passes.
He's not going to have any time.
No, that's what I'm saying. Or they allow him to, you know what I mean, fire it up and throw it downfield. So I would rather take a wait-and-see approach at him, not because he's not talented, but because I think people will make an adjustment. I don't believe that people are going to let him run all over the place and, you know, attack the quarterback and open up these things for him to be able to slip through and run for 40 yards. If you don't have a spy or somebody that sticks there on him to try to make sure that this guy doesn't do that, because that's a big part of his game.
You know what I like? The phrase under-promise and over-deliver, right? Hey, we're hosting Undisputed this week. We're going to have fun. But you know behind the scenes, we're like, we're going to crush this. We are going to have the great topics. We're going to have interesting sparks of debate. And I just wish Keim would have done that. Under-promise with Kyler. Don't say he's generational, okay? He had 17 starts in college. The other 2 small quarterbacks, Russell Wilson and Baker Mayfield, they had 46 college starts. They've been around the block multiple times. They've seen many defenses. These guys were ready to deliver when they came into the league. I just don't know that Kyler Murray right out of the gate. Now, week 1, he might shock the Lions because they're not going to have seen any of this stuff. Going forward,
I think what Sam Darnold did to the Lions.
Sam Darnold did carve up. Yeah, well, Sam Darnold's a much better player.
No, but I'm just saying what he did in his first game.
Yes. So, Greg, generational talent. He's not in the realm of, you know, some of these guys. Aaron Rodgers is generational.
He's not.
talent.
That's not what he's saying. I was waiting on one of you to start comparing him
I'm
to all
looking for
these.
generational guys. Mike Vick was not a generational guy. Excellent quarterback, awesome talent, incredible at Virginia Tech. I saw him live many times. He works here at Fox, but he wasn't a generation.
No, Mike Vick didn't have the career that Kyler Murray did in college as far as throwing the football. He running the football, yes, but throwing the football, no. Mike Vick will tell you that himself. But when you watch Kyler Murray, everything that he does jumps out at you. That's why you can jump out here and say, this is like someone coming out and saying, you know what, Kyler Murray, he's gonna be an okay player. You know, you're under.
You don't want to say okay, it's better than okay.
We're very excited about the
exactly.
offense and
my point exactly. But the moment he starts to have success, and then year 2 he has success, and year 3, everybody, you know what everybody starts to say? Man, we knew coming out of college he was going to be a generational talent.
And if
he was going to be excited.
And if he fails, what do they say?
They say by Thanksgiving.
And they say, we told you so, like all the teams that wouldn't even entertain.
This is
the risk.
Explain to him that they traded up for Josh Rosen last year.
Right.
Traded up for a guy they love.
I'm not.
And now they just dump him.
I am not at all defending Steve Keim here. Let me make that clear. I'm not defending him at all because he has made his share of strikeouts, and he probably will continue to do that. But right here, right now, with this pick, Kyler Murray, it fits what they're trying to do with Cliff Kingsbury and where they're going. You talk about the struggles of the offensive line. A quarterback that can elude tackles, that it can extend plays, that can get outside of the tackle box, and then still keep his eyes downfield, but have the dual threat capability of running the ball, that solves a little bit of that problem. It doesn't solve it completely, but it solves a lot of that.
What's his biggest weakness when you look at Kyler Murray coming into the NFL? What would you say, like, his biggest?
Probably experience, right? I mean, 17 starts.
But I'm just saying, like when you look at his game, is there anything that you say?
The only thing that I can sit here and say that stands out is his size.
Okay.
And I can't say that that's going to work against him because he's proven otherwise.
So far,
he's proven otherwise. But will his size catch up to him possibly and get some passes knocked down? Yes, all quarterbacks get passes batted down. But
if you think back to that Alabama game in last year college football, he looked overwhelmed early in the moment. It looked too big for him. I think it was 28-0, like before you snap your fingers. But in the second half, I saw a lot that I liked out of Kyler Murray. That spirited comeback, that Alabama defense loaded with future pros. And Murray looked very, very good running and passing. I don't want to come off as a hater. I know people think because of Antonio Brown the last couple days, I'm a hater. I'm not. I like Kyler Murray a lot. I do believe, as Rob said, generational talent is such a big label to put on a guy.
It is a big label.
And it's not helping his cause.
It's a big label, but when you know you have a guy that has big shoulders and broad shoulders and can stand in that spotlight and deliver, it's not big enough for Kyler Murray because he didn't say it. He didn't say it, so he doesn't have to live up to something that someone else says. He's gonna be who he is. So I'm not concerned about that. All he has to do, he's won over that locker room. He has stepped in right away and taken the leadership role, and it hasn't been so much of a vocal thing. It's been what guys have seen. Patrick Peterson has come out and said, this guy is amazing. I like what I'm seeing out of him. He can make every throw. He can run between the hashes.
But Greg, and this is NFL talk, and you know this. The real story would be if one of the players say this guy can't play. Everybody's great. Everybody when they're drafted. I'm yet to hear any player ever say, right?
Very true.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's what you got to do, step up. Daniel Jones is now the greatest quarterback ever with the Giants.
He's generational.
Exactly.
Might be.
You know what I mean? So when I hear that, I just pump the brakes because teammates are supposed to
I get it. I want to touch on something you said about the Alabama game and Kyler Murray and him being overwhelmed in the first half and all of that.
First quarter, yeah.
First quarter, whatever you said. The difference there was you have one guy in Kyler Murray who is all everything, going up against an entire team of Alabama first, second, third round NFL players.
His star receiver was hurt.
Like you can't do that. There's no way you're gonna beat them with just yourself and I'm not gonna say no talent, but lesser talent against an Alabama school. That's just not fair. So for you to even throw that out
there was a generational talent who did that in the title game. His name is Trevor Lawrence. All right, let's move on. Is it true that Tom Brady is on the decline? We'll discuss that, and don't forget, you can check us out every day on the Fox Sports Channel on Sirius XM. We'll be right back.